Hello, hello, hello. While I'm waiting for people to join, I'm going to press all the buttons here. Let's see what they do. There's Shannon. Hi, Shannon. I'm going to invite Shannon to join me. Hi, everybody. Hi, hi, hi. Thank you for joining. Let's see. See if it works. There's Shannon.
Oops.
Hey, Shannon.
Hi.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can figure out how to get Anna on here too. Let's see. Here she is. Okay. I think it worked. There she is. Hi.
Hi. Hi.
You made it
How are
on.
you?
Boy,
How's it going?
that only took, 4 tries, but here we are. We made it. So I'm so glad that we are here today to talk together about anxiety and tips and tricks for dealing with it. And Anna, I would love to hear too about your recent trip that you just took.
Oh, yeah. That was the trip down there. I've already been. Yeah. Trip down anxiety lane. That's funny.
And it's so interesting too, like as a parent of a child with a disability, I feel my own anxiety. And so, I'm really happy to just kind of come together and talk about different ways that we can support one another, through the tough times. So I'm Larkin O'Leary. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the president and founder of Common Ground Society, and I'll let you two introduce yourselves. Anna, do you want to go first?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Anna. I am the owner and founder of PPY here on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and TikTok. I am also a brand new UMKC supporting device for disability advocate for those with developmental disabilities.
I'm so proud of you. What a cool thing. I like just come in, straight out and
yeah. Oh, and I'm president of People for Memory Emotional Advocacy Society.
Wonderful. And Shannon?
Hi, I'm Shannon. I'm the owner and founder of the Shannonverse, and the point of my brand is to raise awareness for cerebral palsy, lupus, and gastroparesis because those are the disabilities I have.
Well, thank you for sharing. And I tell you, I really appreciate you both sharing about your lives. As a non-disabled person who is an ally, and I have a son who's 8 years old and has Down syndrome and hearing loss, and just a multitude of medical needs. I love learning from disabled adults, and that is where we get our content, and I just think it's so important. And so I really appreciate it when disabled adults are willing to talk about their experiences so we can all learn and do better.
Definitely.
So
I don't mind at all.
Oh, good. Well, I appreciate it. So do you, either of you want to kind of start and talk about what kind of anxieties you have and, what brings them up for you?
Yeah, I can do first if you want, Shannon, or I don't have. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I have, my big one happens when any new, for me, I'm 21 and I'm able to, with the benefits that I have from remembrance and everything, I'm able to hire whoever I want to take care of me or to help. That's how much I hate things. So I mean, I end up hiring like my best friend to do all that, but like I add to the team and I meet people when we hang out a couple of times. But even when I'm introducing them to, hey, I'm Anna, I have cerebral palsy, I am totally 100% mentally with it. However, I require you to do all my daily living tasks directed by me. However, no matter how many times I tell them, I still have ability out the more mood when I'm meeting them. For example, I was hanging out with a friend last Tuesday who came here all the way from LA, and I vomited in a trash can right before he showed up. I was like, oh no, okay, this is happening. Like, I was either vomit or spend half my day on a toilet.
Yeah.
The day they come. So that's my big one. Another anxiety for me right now is COVID. Because I tend to stay in my neck with the work very often. Like, I don't know the places that I don't know or anything like that. Mainly with my life lately. So when this past weekend I had to go to a healing committee event, and I was like, oh, this will be fine. All the people are vaccinated, so they were all disabled and stuff like that. And, oh, it won't be too bad. Well, I met there, and everyone is packed in, table for table. And even though it's like bed and open and everything, like, most people had IDD, which is wonderful, but like they're all over you. You know what I'm saying? They're like all up in your face. And the mask mandate, for me, I can't wear a mask for hours on end. And this was a 2-day, 7-hour seminar where I learned a lot. I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of people, but I ended up having a panic attack in my hotel room, and I texted my advisor. I feel terrible, but I'm going to have to attend the rest online. I can't. My idea of getting COVID was sending me into a nightmare. Oh my God! I'm COVID. I'm gonna live it to my parents. I'm not gonna be able to see my friends. Blah blah blah. I'm like, oh my God! And then my mask ability would have to be my medical. Every time I go to my doctor, I worry about what they're gonna say or what they're gonna do, and that had year on year experience going to a doctor when I was young. I had a wonderful doctor, but he was one of those people who wanted to try everything under the sun to, make my cerebral palsy go away or minimize it. Sure. And my parents, newly diagnosed parents who newly diagnosed, they didn't know what to, what to do, what not to do. So we tried all the recommendations until I got into my late teen year, and they were like, hey, do you want to do this? I'm like, no. I don't want to try everything under the sun. I'm happy and content with my life. I tend with the treatment plan. But like even knowing that I can't bring myself to know the doctor really into me anymore.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like, my son, I've told you before, my son has had a lot of medical issues. And if we drive, even driving past the hospital, he will, no, it's from his hundreds of days in the hospital and the 30 surgeries he's had and waking up like with people poking him. And, do you have any strategies that really help you when you're feeling anxious? Because there's nothing I can do. Like sometimes he has to go to the doctor. We have to do blood work. What are some things that have helped you that might parents?
When it comes to medical ability, I think that's what you are talking about, right?
Yeah.
Medical ability. So my first thing I do is I make sure that my appointments are as early as possible. I don't do late in the day appointments unless I absolutely have to. I make sure that early. That way I'm not thinking about it or day long. And if that's possible, wonderful. If not, whatever. And then after that, I usually end up doing something that I actually want to do. Like I plan an appointment, and then I really make sure that. So I'll end up going to the party at Starbucks or something. When it comes to blood draw, I don't look at the needle per se. I test something on the person that's doing it, like on the nurse or on the wall to look at. Or I'll randomly talk about something completely random, usually something to do with my tongue, and like I only, or if I have something a vaccine, I tell my doctor, hey, I need my vaccine right away. Like right when I get into that appointment. Most of the time doctors are like, oh, we'll do it at the end. I'm like, no, you need to do, like, if possible, you need to do either the blood or vaccine immediately.
Yeah.
Like, right when I walk in the door, I want it done. If not, then it is what it is. But I make sure I call ahead and I'm like, I have somebody, here's what I prefer you do, if possible. If not, no worries. But I figured out, like, the more I wait throughout the appointment, the worse I become, and the more competitive I become. I don't mean to, but I do get competitive with my doctor or a nurse or my whoever taking me, and I don't mean to do that. It just kind of happens. So I'm like, if you can please hurry up and do what makes me the most amazing, but it's not like the medicine of them, it's more needles and all the unknown tests that comes with a random appointment.
Yeah. That's really, really good advice, and thinking about, my son, who that's how I'm pretty sure every time we go to a doctor's office, even like we went into a podiatrist office to get his feet measured or molded or whatever. And I try and always lead with, no owies, no owies. And I try not to tell him until the morning of, and then always, say but afterwards we're going to watch the iPad or we're going to go see Grammy, and try and follow it up with something fun. So I'm glad to hear. And what a great advocate you are for yourself. I know that that's a really good idea to call in advance and say, here are you know, here are the things that my son needs, which I try and do, but it's a good reminder that to self-advocate more.
Yeah, and I know it's really hard because you don't know who at the doctor, how often I will be like, I'm sorry about this. If you complete have my doctor, my actual doctor bring me back at her office hour, that would be wonderful.
Yeah. Well, these are great tips. Thank you, Anna. I really appreciate that. And I do love the idea of just having the appointments as early as we can in the morning. I think that's like a really great tip. And anybody who's watching, if you have other tips to help with medical anxiety or anxiety of going places, you know, feel free to leave notes. And if you have questions, feel free to write them in the chat. If you want to, you know, give a shout out, you do that too.
Yeah.
Shannon, what about you? What are some things that happen with you?
Some things that cause me anxiety are, I am in pain 24/7, and I do not remember a day that I've been pain-free, and just being uncomfortable is bad for me, and when I get anxiety, it comes to the point where I have to lay down and just close my eyes and sleep, because I don't like having anxiety, and especially being in pain every day with my cerebral palsy, my lupus, my gastroparesis. It's hard to live life, but I do my best. I live every day to the fullest, and that's all you can do.
Yeah. What are your favorite things to do? What are some things that you do, you know, for fun and to treat yourself?
If I have to go to a doctor's appointment, or I have a doctor's appointment over Zoom, my grandma is my caregiver, so when doctor's appointments are over, she takes me to Dairy Queen.
Oh, nice. What's your favorite flavor?
What is my favorite flavor?
Yeah.
Oreo Blizzard.
Oh, that's my favorite one. I love Oreo ice cream, or is my favorite. My husband likes ice cream, even though he's dairy intolerant, but that's a whole nother issue. That could be a whole nother episode.
Right, I know how that is, because I am too. But there's a lot of times I tell my grandma, I don't care. Yeah. I've gone through hell and back, and I want ice cream.
You know what? Sometimes you just serve ice cream. Totally.
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. I mean, what a wonderful outlook you have. I can't imagine, you know, living every day feeling so uncomfortable, and then, you know, having your anxieties when you're going out into the world or just trying to enjoy yourself really come up. So you take a time for yourself, you close your eyes and take a nap. When you wake up,
yes.
you find that you've become like a little less stressed, or, you know, how do you bring yourself back when you've had a hard time?
I noticed that when I've had a hard time, sleeping does help, and when I wake up, I feel refreshed, and I know you guys are probably thinking, you're 28 years old, why do you need naps? But naps are a good thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about to be 41. Don't tell anybody, but it's true. I know. And I already took a nap today. So I love naps. If my children will let me, or my husband will let me, I will nap. They are refreshing and necessary. Absolutely.
Yes, they are.
So do you have any like tips for and Emmy? Emmy is a parent of a 3-year-old adorable little Aisley, and she says naps are the best, and it's true. I mean, give us see, look at all the hearts going, all these people. Those are naps.
Yeah, they're nappers.
So so do you have any tips or advice for parents, you know, that you think would be really great to help with their kids' anxieties or things, you know, other than the things that you mentioned that we talked about, that might be good?
I would say I would agree with you. Don't tell your kids until the morning of, because that's what gives me really bad anxiety is if I know a week in advance, I'm thinking about it all the time.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel the same way when I know that I have to go in and get a blood draw. Like, I don't like that feeling, and I stress out about it. So that's a good tip. Anna, did you have something you wanted to add?
Yeah, I'm the opposite of that. I don't know what happens that when I have a problem.
Yeah.
I have to know, when I call, I really ask them, can you check my record and tell me exactly what's going to happen at that appointment?
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I feel like there's both sides of the spectrum, right? People who need to know exactly everything and when and all of that, and then people who just don't want to perseverate on it and think about it. So, you know, I guess like talking with your child or seeing, like trying both different things and seeing which works best to help keep them calm, or talking with them if they're able to communicate with you in a way ahead of time. Otherwise, you know, behavior is that communication. So being able to watch their bodies, listen to, you know, breathing and facial expressions and all of those things to see, you know, which one is better. That you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I have anxiety, I lose the ability to talk.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot of times that my mom doesn't know when I'm having anxiety because somehow I just freeze up and I can't say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there a way you can tip them, Shannon? Because that's what I ended up doing on Sunday when I had my possession. I can't bring myself to tell somebody that important, like my boss, or I'm kind of like my boss and my environment. Like, I don't want to disappoint anyone when I'm having a melody. So I was like, well, I'm gonna excuse myself, come this situation, tell them I'm going to the bathroom, which I was, but I hadn't known for hours at this point. But I ended up texting them from the room because that's an easier way than planning a presentation that may or may not have happened. It probably wouldn't even happen, but I wasn't even willing to take that risk. So I wonder if texting your mom or whoever Shannon would help. That's good advice. I will take that into consideration. Thank you.
I love learning from one another. Everybody, this is the one thing I miss the most. This is totally off topic, but about teaching, I loved being able to talk about a subject and then one person would have another idea to add to it and then another person, right? It's like the best thing about life and communicating and collaborating. So I know that I walked away with some really great tools and tips and tricks on you know, how to help my son with his anxieties, and myself, honestly, and thinking about when I have appointments or when I'm going to have to take him to an appointment, right? So for me, Anna, I think I'm more like you, especially if I'm taking my son, knowing everything that's going to happen in the appointment super helpful for me because I know when I'm going to start sweating and start being worried that he's going to have to do those scary things for him. So thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with me. And
you're welcome. You're welcome.
And I'm going to save this, and then I'm going to send it to you somehow, probably.
Email, maybe?
Yeah, we'll see how that, we'll see how it works out. But I'm going to do my best. And, if anybody has questions or comments, check out the CP Life and Shannon Verse. They will be sharing the stories of their lives, and I think we can all learn a lot from them. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in.
Thank you.
I hope you have a good
Thank you.
All right. See you later.
Bye. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you from the first time you called me.